we can go ahead and finish off our lobby manager script once and for all. And here, so we still have a couple base functions. Here we're just gonna say on client connect, we want to change to the main menu panel when we connect. And if there's this should be in the disconnect, sorry. This we'll do the same thing. We'll take away the base though, and we'll have a show info display here. So we display some sort of error message here. And on client connect, we're going to have the base function still, and we say connection dot register the handler, and we want to get handler, and we type in the message we want to send, well, be ready to send, and we just have a kicked message handler here. And if we aren't the networks server dot active, so if there's no active server, we want to change to the lobby scene, lobby panel, and so this is just called purely on the client. And that actually technically fills, oh, maybe there's one more thing, one more base function up here. If we are wanting to disconnect, so we'll just have like boolean disconnect server, and then we'll say stop matchmaking and stop our host, and create a boolean yes up here. And now we can actually work on adding just a random player to our scene. So if we create a button here, this technically does nothing currently. So let's just add a functionality to that. And we'll probably change this later. So we'll create a function down the bottom. Let's say this is going to be server management, maybe server management, public void add a local player. So this just allows our host to open a slot for a local player. So if you like playing LAN or whatever, it opens up there. And all we have to do is call a built-in function, try to add players. So it's a weird functionality, but all it's doing, so if we go to the definition, this is used on the client to attempt to add a player to the game. Simple enough. And here, we'll just say public void remove player, and this requires a lobby player and player dot remove player. Very cool. And so if we go to this button here, the add button the add player button, and drag in the lobby manager, and here the functionality will be add local player. And we can go ahead and go to the lobby system and drag on anywhere really, and go open it up and go to the kick player button down here, drag in the no, we're going to drag in the player info button in it. So go back to the kick button. I'm not sure why it says image, and we want to say go to the lobby player and go to what did we call it? Lobby player on remove player click. On remove player click. Apply, delete. Now if we go and test this, we can't test it at the remove button yet. Oh, we can actually. So we add a local player and we can remove them as well. So they're not ready. And delete. So there's only maximum of 2 per connection here. If we make it 4, get another room, and now we can add 4 players. And you can see, no, you can never see the blue color here because it's in use, no light blues. And we need some scrolling function here, and we need to find out why the hell it's going up that high. And you can't add any more players because we are at our max. If we delete one, we can add one. If we delete one, add one. Delete this one. Cool beans. And if we remove, whatever. And now we have 4 players in the scene. Look at them. Take cover behind this guy. Cool beans. And now we just need to deactivate it once we are in the game. So now we're going to be working on displaying the server list. So currently it is empty, so we want to display the rooms currently available to us. So we're going to have to create a couple new scripts. So go to your lobby and go to scripts, go create scripts, and call this one lobby server list, and open it up. And firstly, we're going to have to make reference to the lobby manager, because everything here relies on the lobby manager. So we get lobby manager, and here we just say lobby manager is equal to game object dot get find object type and lobby manager. Cool. And now we can just say so down here we're going to create a new function and call this one on match list, and it's going to take in a couple things, a boolean, and then we'll go and say this one is success, string extended info, and list dot match info snapshot, and this is matches. So you notice we don't have this. To use this, we have to say using Unity engine dot networking dot match, and this has to be capital M. Spell it out again. Match info snapshot. Cool. This might look familiar because in the other video this might look familiar to you, because in the network manager, the delegate in the join room or match list, in the match list function, these are the default parameters within that. So I can show you here. So we'll say on, we'll say lobby manager dot we'll say lobby manager dot singleton dot list and here we just have to say using Unity engine dot networking, and here we just say dot and down here we say if the matches dot count is equal to 0, then we want to return. We don't want to do this next things, because the matches are the list of matches of our available game. So these are all the lobbies, these are all the games being currently played. And if the match count is equal to 0, we obviously don't want to list the matches because there are none. So down here we're going to go through a for loop, and we're going to go through the matches count again, So the match count will be more than 0, because if it wasn't, it would have returned here and wouldn't have gone this far. So here we're going to say game object. So we want to instantiate a game object, and we want to instantiate a server list item prefab as a game, as a capital G game object. And we don't have this, so we'll just quickly so we don't have this. As capital G game object, and we don't have this, so we have to go here and generate a field which is a game object, and we'll create that later. Actually no, let's create that right now. So we go back to our game. So here we go to the lobby manager, and we want to create a new panel, and let's make this just for fun and make this the only visible panel, sorry. And this panel is going to be the server list panel. Here, create another panel in which we're going to parent our server lists server list objects. So just make this a little smaller. What the heck, let's just make it really small, like this. And this will be the server list, and on this list we want to have, now let's just create the object first. So let's go create, this is panel, let's just make this yay big. Yeah, that's good enough. And let's just create a text element on this and center it to the left, center it, and this will be the server name. And let's create another text element, and let's just keep it simple. This will be the players in lobby count. And let's create, actually for now, I'm gonna put this for later on, but for now I think later on, no, so for later on, so let's create a image, and I'm going to be using this later on when we finalize everything, make it look really nice. But this is going to be a ping image, so this will be an image of the ping to the room, to the host, so you know what you're getting yourself into. So you don't want to join a room that is from America and you're from Europe, if there are, so you know whether or not what ping you're going to have before entering the game, which is really good for a online game, considering if quick reactions are vital to the game. So here this is going to be ping image, and we'll get back to that later on. And let's make sure we spell it correctly. And we're just going to create a join button, game join button right there. And let's just rename this to join game. Let's just say join. Good enough now. And join room button. Cool. So this is what we're going to instantiate later on, through our scripts. So let's just name this so we know what it is, and let's just say server info. Server info or game info. Either one. Either one will do. So we can go to our prefabs, just drag that in there. And now we can go back to our script. So in our script, we want to say game object, which I don't know why I named it O, but we're going to say game object.get component, and we want to get a lobby server entry, and that's going to be our new script, and we're going to create that now. And let's go back to our scripts and let's say lobby server entry. Open that bad boy up. So in this, we are going to get reference to the server name. So this prefab, so public text, and to use this we're gonna have to and server info text, our server name, or no, this is info. Ooh, yeah, let's just keep it as info, and here we want to be using Unity's UI, and again public text slot room players, no, this is players in room, and we want to say the button on that individual lobby item, and this is going to be the join button, and we can get rid of these, and here we're going to create a public void, so these don't have to be public, so let's say these are serializable fields, and this has to be public because we want to access it from this script here. So say public void and populate, or no, let's say populate. So this is going to change this information when it's spawned. So this will change to the sifted in match info, and we're going to say the join button is equal to something. Is going to do something when it's clicked. So here we want to say, again, going to be using Unity's engine.networking.match, and we want to say match info snapshot match, and this is going to sift in as parameter of the lobby manager, and we want to have a specific color that we want to make it. And here we say the server info text dot text is equal to match dot name. The players in room dot text is equal to match dot current size dot toString. So this is an integer and we want to make it into string form, and we have an available function for that, and we want to say plus, and do we add a space here? Nah, let's, and here we say plus match dot dot max size dot toString, and here we say the join button on click, so we want to remove all the listeners on that just in case, just to freshen it up. And so it's a blank slate, and we say the join button dot on click dot add listener, and we want to say the delegate, so we want to delegate this button to the join match, and we create a function there, and we want to say get component image dot color, so we want to change this to the color that we sifted in. And now we can go ahead and create this function down here. Doesn't need to be a public one, and we say join match here. Cool. And this is going to take in a network ID, which relies on using Unity engine dot networking dot types. And now we have reference to network ID, and here say network ID, and again we'll take in the lobby manager. So the network ID is used in every networking or networked game. So network ID is reference to the host's information or the game's networked information. So every game session has its unique network ID, and we want to go ahead and join that network ID. So here we're going to say the lobby manager that we sifted in, and dot matchmaking, so you've probably seen this before in the last video, dot join match, and we say sift in the network ID, and no public address, no elo score, no no match password, no public address, no private address, no elo score, no domain request, and here we sift in the lobby manager dot on match joined delegate. And watch what happens if I extract okay, so that is our delegate, and that's all we want to have here for now. Add more here later. So this just reminded me to add more onto this as we go on, so we have more information to send out when we're joining a game. So here we have to sift in the network ID, which is the match.network ID, and we just want to sift in the lobby manager for that. So here, before we get started, before we go back to the script, so in this prefab we want to add the script that we just made now, which is this one. So drag it onto here and drag the server name here, plays in room, and the join button, and hit apply, and we can go back to our scripts and go back to our lobby server scripts, and here we say get component dot lobby server entry dot populate, and we sift in matches I and the lobby manager, and I think what we're going to do here, so we can do an individual color for each, but I think we're going to do what we did for the lobby player. So we're going to have a even color and an odd color, and this is copy and paste that directly and paste it here, and we're going to say if I is divisible by 2 and the remainder is equal to 0, then we want to say the odd row color, else we want to say it even row color. Cool, I think that should be good there. And now we just want to say dot transform dot parent. We want to parent it to the panel so it's on the correct thing, and we want to up here, let's just get reference to it here. Serializable field dot rec transform server list rect, and this is also a serializable field. Cool, so the parent here, read that, and I'm not going to have to set the parent. I'm not saying the parent is this, I'm setting the parent to this thing, and we want to say false, so I don't want to scale it up to the parent size. So now we are instantiating our lobby lists, our lobby list prefabs. We want to get page numbers. So we're going to say int current page is equal, let's start it off as 0, and int previous page is equal to 0. Page. We're going to say on enabled. So when we enable this object, we're going to say the current dot page. So this has happened whenever we disable and enable it. So we want, each time we disable and enable it, we want to reset the page numbers to 0, and we want to destroy each of the lobby lists that were previously there. So so let's say you're in the lobby list and you go to the main menu, so it deactivates, but then you come back. You don't want it to display the objects that were there before. You want to redo it. Oops. You want to refresh the page lists. So here we have to destroy the lists that were already there. So for each transform T in the server list rect, destroy them. We want to destroy all those game objects. T.gameObject, and we want to get the page number of where we were, and to do this we just say public public void request page, so a specific page. So if you have multiple pages and you don't want to look at the first page, so you just skip to page 10. So this will be this will take in an int, and we're going to say the previous page is equal to the current page. So before we change our current page, we have to set the previous. So, and now the current page will be equal to page, and here we're going to say the lobby manager dot matchmaker dot list matches, and we want to get the page number. We want to start on the page, so our current page, and we want to, let's just say we want to get 6, so we want to get 6 per list, per page, and we're not looking for a specific filter. You can add that in later on, and we don't want to get private ones, no elo score, no domain request, and here we just say on match list. Oh no, just match list. Yep, perfect. And now we request a certain page. So on enabled, we're going to say request page 0. So we want to start fresh, so we want to start on page 0. And okay, let's just see what happens now. So let's see. So we can go ahead and delete. Just hit apply, delete this, and actually no, bring it back. So here we want to have a vertical layout group, and my thing just disappeared. Bad things are happening. And width, control the width and the height. No, not the height. We're going to set the layout element height here. So we'll say the minimum height is, no, let's say the max preferred height will be how it was before. So 55. So let's see what happens now. That is good enough for me, to be honest. Hit apply on that. Hit apply on the so here we're going to say add the lobby server list on that game object, and we need to get a couple of things, and that list rect is the child and the prefab that we want to spawn. So lock this, go to our lobbies, prefabs, rename this to server, not sever, server info, drag that there. So we can disable that, enable this, and on this object we want to open server list. So we can go to our lobby manager, and here we don't have a reference to that, so this was wrongly placed. So go to the main menu, and here we want to drag in the server list panel there, and now we can go ahead and start, and we get no errors. So open this, and we are getting an error. What's the error? So we can't do this on start, we'll do it on enable, because we're not getting it's because the unenabled is called before the start function, and if we don't have a lobby manager it won't recognize that. So if lobby manager is equal to null, we want to go ahead and do get the object. So now we can just quickly do that again. And everything is working. Now let's go ahead and build this. And then we can go ahead and play here, create a lobby on this screen, open the server list, and there we see the game, and then we go ahead and join. So that pretty much finishes off the things that are needed to. So that finishes off the things required to make the lobby system work. So in the following up video, we're going to be working on making it look nice, making it more user friendly. So if you don't know what you're doing, it will tell you what you should be doing and how to do it. So see you guys in the next video.